mic, Aquarius. I don't know if your crush is in the crowd, though. I don't know what that is. I'm here at least yet. Okay. I'm seeing someone's like, oh, I just don't even want to know. Like, I just don't want to get my hopes up. I'm hearing that as well. Like, I don't want to go in with the thought that this is how he's thinking of me. I'm hearing back as well. Like, I just want to just kind of I'm hearing assume that he's not there. I'm hearing that as well, and assume that he's not looking at me like that. I'm hearing Benjamin Franklin was our mutual friend on Facebook. I'm hearing in this way, and like we both befriended him around the same time, and then now we're like both not friends anymore, but like it's making me think that we have a connection. I'm hearing that. Let's clear it. Aquarius, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why we're going so far back as well. But I'm hearing into the Akashic records. I don't know what that's going to do. Okay. Benjamin Franklin. It could be a metaphor, but take it as you will. Now, for a number of you Aquarius, welcome. We're here for you. We're in your age, the age of Aquarius. We're already here. Wow. For a number of you, I'm hearing I need to be left alone. I'm hearing it this way. I'm seeing like someone is like wanting to get someone involved in something. They're like, no, I need to just sit here for a minute. They're about to go on stage. I'm hearing that as well. They're kind of nervous. They're like, I don't know, like if Nate is gonna be there. I just don't even really want to like think of it like that though. I don't want to like be so worried, preoccupied the whole time. Thinking, is he there? Is he not there? Like, okay, and I'm hearing, so you want to play Scrabble? This person's like, no. I'm hearing, no, Sean. I'm hearing, I don't want to change the subject, like, in either direction. It's like, I don't want to, like, not focus on it, and I also don't want to, like, necessarily focus on it. This could be someone with themselves, like, they're going back and forth. They're like, I'm in love, but, like, I just don't want to, I don't want to break down. I'm hearing that as well. Interesting. Okay. Somebody is not sure if they will be brought home. I don't know what that's linked to. I'm seeing like a dog, actually. It's like a dog that's like in I'm hearing they're in the adoption center. They're like, I just don't know. Like, I get excited every time I see a human, like, walk by here, but I just don't know. Like, that could be a metaphor, but, like, I'm seeing that, like, actually, I'm seeing, like, a dog. Like, let's clear it. I'm hearing Sean again. I don't know if, like, he should be the one to first make a move, if I should be the one to first make a move. I just don't know. I'm seeing someone with, like, jewelry on, like, rings on their hand. They're like, I don't know if, like, I need to be the one to lead out or lead in, and, like, so I'm just gonna stand here. I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait. Let's clear it. They're talking to their friend, though. Their friend is like, I'm here, Priscilla, hey, do you think that, like, you should first, like, maybe, like, pour him some coffee or, like, water, and then, like, see how he reacts? Like, someone's just so nervous. They're like, no, I don't. But they're just standing there. Maybe someone's even going to, like, they're going to hear of, like, who the so-called winner is. It's, like, something like that. And it's so cold, Aquarius. Right now, I'm, like, freezing cold right now. Okay. And, yeah, the heater's on. But, like, for whatever reason, it's, like, we're cold. I don't know. And we're dealing with this whole cold, hot, cold thing that was going on. And I think the cat breeding and... For a number of you, somebody is, like, also, I don't know, it's like they're obviously, like, really into someone, but they're just kind of playing, like, I'm hearing voodoo. What the hell? Let's clear that. I don't know what that's only to. Okay, that's not me talking. And I'm not suggesting that maybe someone is actually doing that. Take it as it could be a metaphor, it could be something symbolic, but someone is like, yeah, I feel like I'm not here, like, to them, but I am. Let's clear. What? Oh, somebody wants to know, like, actually also how into someone is. They might be doing they might be meditating or whatever. Well, let's clear it. They're talking to a medium. Okay, for a number of you, I'm seeing someone going to a medium. They're like, so, is he, like, into me? Should I be, like, into him? I'm hearing that. Yeah, just tell me. I'm hearing just tell me. I'm hearing Charlie. I'm hearing, what's his name? This person doesn't even want to give him their name. His name is, like, Charlie. He's, like, Charlie Chaplin. Yeah, just tell me. It's like this person doesn't want to give information. Let's clear it. Crow and the elephant. It's like... I'm hearing 7 so strongly here. Let's clear it. this person's like, the medium is like, no, you need to like tell me I'm charging you for something here, right? I'm hearing that. I don't know what that's linked to. That's not me talking. That's not me talking. This person's like, just like, they don't want to give this person's name. Let's clear it. Why? Why would that be? So yeah, if you're like also doing something that you think is not, shouldn't really be done, if you're not confident about it, like, I don't know, take it easy, let's clear it. I mean, oh, I just poured coffee all over myself. I'm hearing that. The fox, with the fox right there, the beaver. I'm seeing jewelry here. Now, somebody's like, okay, there's somebody here, they're a reader. They're reading on something, and like, this person doesn't want to give their first name. So maybe there's this, it could be symbolic on an energetic level. It's like, I don't want to give it too much meaning. I don't want to like, you know, focus too much on it. Hummingbird in reverse, cheer up in reverse, unicorn here with use your imagination. Now, love and light to everybody here. I don't know what, you know, I'm just channeling what's coming through, and you got to see it in that way. But the cougar in reverse, like, there's definitely a moment, like, someone maybe they wanted to avoid, okay, like, thinking about something in a way. I'm hearing the letter R, raise. I'm here, so raise your glass, dun, 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 and all the high freaks, dirty little freaks. That song, I'm hearing raise again. I'm hearing that, like, somebody is, they're like a musician, or they're famous, somebody's famous here. This person's like, I don't want to make a whole big thing out of it, you know? I don't want to, like, make it seem like we raised each other's children. I'm hearing that as well. Whoa, raccoon in reversed. Turkle, a turquoise turtle, doodly doo. Someone's turtle like made a poop. I'm hearing that as well. Like, so that's like it could be a very particular message. Okay, it's a turtle. I'm seeing someone has a turtle. They have a turtle in like a cage. It's like an aquarium thing. The turtle like made a poop. I don't know what that's alluding to. I've actually never really seen turtle poop. Okay, I don't know what that looks like. I don't know, but I'm just seeing that. Raccoon in reverse. Now, for a number of you, like maybe there's some little sign. Like someone feels like it's kind of there, it's obvious, but like I don't want to see it. I'm hearing that because I don't want to make a big deal of it. Now, that could have been the energy in the past as well. I'm hearing Roku. Is that like a TV set? I'm not familiar with that. But all right, I'm hearing Aquarius. It was weird because before I got onto your reading, I had ordered like this drink, and it was like, it's a grapefruit juice and orange juice, and yeah, like I was like, man, it would be so great if like there was a straw, and like I didn't even look in the bag. I was just like, yeah, there's no straw. There's no straw like in the thingy, and like I don't know, whatever it was, I just assumed that there was no straw, kind of like I didn't assume, but I just didn't look, and I was, you know, kind of just thinking it would be so nice if there was a straw. Now, obviously I was aware that I wasn't checking, but it was just kind of, you know, it was something of an, almost like an impulse, okay? Like I don't want to say assumption, but, you know, just kind of like, you know, getting used to a certain type of thinking. Interesting. Because in the past I had ordered a drink and there was no straw, and this has been on my mind. I was like, I need to get some straws. Now let's clear it. Anyways, I don't know, that could be a particular message for a number of you, but for a number of you, it's like, then it's interesting, because after I drank the drink, after I drank it, the drink, I looked in the bag that it came in with, and I noticed that there were straws in there. So for a number of you, I'm hearing cheating. Swan here upright. Let's clear it. Swan, you're beautiful as you are. Somebody doesn't also want to necessarily like accuse someone of something. They're really, really trying to, like, I'm hearing raise the question, but like in a nail filing sort of way. I'm seeing someone's like filing their nails and they're like talking to someone. Let's clear it. I don't know, maybe they want to indirectly allude to something. They're like, and this could be someone with a medium. For a number of you, someone is like, they're asking like a medium for even advice. They're like, what do I tell them? Like, do I say like, you took our stuff and you put it in the trash, why did you do that? Like, for a number of you, someone maybe feels like someone was like sabotaging something. I'm hearing that. Let's clear it. That could be what they felt. What is sabotaging? Horse, trust your feelings, and monkey, try something new. For a number, let's clear it. In the root chakra and the sacral chakra, monkey, try something new. Okay, for a number of you, I'm hearing, yeah, I wrote, this person like, what did you last? They're like, well, I wrote on their Facebook wall, like, hey, I was first in line here, I've been waiting, I'm really committed to this, you know, and then, it would be a pleasure to like take you out. I'm hearing that as well. This person's like, you offered for him to ask you out. This person's like, yeah. This person's like, the medium is kind of shocked. I'm hearing Reza. I'm hearing Reza. It's like someone feels like there needs to be more of an assertive energy space where it's like you say clearly what you're feeling, not like I sort of like raise the question for you to ask me, like, and question and answer. And it's like somebody doesn't want to be at risk maybe for I'm hearing the envelope without the letter first. I'm hearing in writing to write it with. Let's clear something. There's an irony here. It's like you can't have the like what comes first, letter or the envelope sort of energy. I don't know what it's like, something like that. Like someone is, I'm hearing wet or dry vacuum cleaner. I'm hearing that as well. Weird. Okay, I don't know, take it too well. Let's clear. No judgment. It's kind of cool. Bear here, but there's just something that someone feels like they don't want to be the one to like realize the love first. I'm hearing, where is the love? Let's clear it. For a number of you, Aquarius, I'm hearing I'm in Aries. This person like stands up. They're like, maybe it's a medium. They're like, I'm different, but I would say it directly. Like, be like, hey, I'm hearing you're in the corner right now of the room. Do you realize? I'm hearing, and you're holding everything like a squirrel to yourself in the corner of the room. Wait, what? Someone feels like someone's behavior is kind of suggesting that they're not interested in this person. Let's clear it around. I'm hearing, well, I thought it was clear. I sold the television show. I gave him like one last advertisement message, and I said, you know, like, so long, farewell. Like, I sang a song. I thought I made it clear. I thought I made it obvious. Like, you know, I'm hearing, so where have you? And then this person asks them back. They're like, so then why are you here right now? I'm hearing this way, like, maybe someone feels like they're over someone. So this is very confusing. Someone's like trying to, I don't know, they're maybe making someone feel like they're asking about this person, but really they're asking about themselves. I'm hearing that as well. It's like, wait, what? So wait, are you here for like her or like, I'm hearing her man or her man to teach you the lesson for you. Wow. So, okay, it's very interesting. This reminded me of another reading that this energy came through, and it was like, yeah, it came through in another reading. It was like, you know, if you're not going to make a move, like this person, even the medium is like presenting something to this person of a sort of not an ultimatum vision or situation, but kind of, you know, to give perspective, like, so just assume that she's going to move on. If you're not going to make it clear, like, what you're expressing right now is suggesting that you're not interested in her. I'm hearing it like this. And if that is the case, she has every right to move on, actually to move on. And this could be a conversation somebody's having, you know, on another level. But anyways, for a number of you, like, and then it gets to the point where this person's like, kind of, they're realizing, like, there's it's something that is communicated. It's something that they even have a vision of or an epiphany with. It's like maybe they yeah, and it's like it becomes clear to them, like, oh shit, like I'm pretty much like advertising a different message than that which I would like to convince, I mean, also my audience of. Interesting, that's clear. This could be something you're creating. Now, for a number of you, I'm hearing she's not taking my advances. She's not taking my notes. I'm hearing that as well, like, verbatim. Interesting. So, but then there's an irony, because it's like, yeah, because you're not writing them. Somebody is maybe creating another alias account. Hopefully not. But let's clear that, please. Like, and if that's what you're doing, I'm hearing, and it's something that you think is gonna do good in the end, it's, you know, okay, like, how do we say this? Like, what you put into something, you receive. If you want an honest, ask yourself, what do you want with this person? Do you want an honest, loving relationship with them? If you do, why would you put anything other than that ingredient into the conversation with them? I'm hearing it like that. So I don't know what that's alluding to for everyone, but I'm feeling heat down the left side of my body. For a number of you, this comes down to how vulnerable you are. Also willing to be, right? Ready to be with this person. You really have to act like, if you feel like you're manifesting something that is not exciting, not, you know, empowering even, let's clear, where you feel like, I just don't like the situation. I just feel like it's not like me. I'm hearing as well to act like this. Like, for a number of you, ask yourself, like, what is it actually that I want? If I were to think at the end of the day, you know, so for a number of you, it's sort of unfortunate as someone feels it, because let's clear, there's so much fishy behavior and there's so much fishy energy here. It's like how can you connect with someone if you're not going to really offer? I'm hearing, really what you would want in that connection. Like, in other words, if you want a relationship with that person, but you're acting like you don't, and you're hoping that that person will then somehow, like, re-represent for them what you feel. And I'm not saying that, this is not something that anyone could have a capacity to to start, let's clear it, like, that it's something weird, or like, oh, you're weird if you do that, but this is maybe just what somebody's telling someone, like, hey, I'm hearing Charlotte, like, you have to understand, like, also your connotations here, right? It's like, if you're gonna be spinning the web, for number, maybe someone feels like I'm leading them on, I'm hearing that, hummingbird and the lion, and it could go in, you gotta see it in your way. This is a general reading, like, I don't know what this is alluding to for everyone, and again, I'm just channeling what's coming through, so I'm like in a lucid dream like state, so don't judge me for that. Okay, for those of you like, oh my god, she said so, like, I did not say it. Okay, I'm relaying, I'm channeling. So if it's challenging a certain paradigm for you, you have to see also, first of all, why you're here and what this energy is bringing up for you with you, because this is you with you. It's not me with you. It's not our personal connection here. And I got to just make that super clear, because I'm getting emails from people like, let's clear it in the sacral chakra. It's just, I don't want to entertain even that thought that this is something that, me and you are creating, like, and I'm talking about it from the vantage point of, you have to ask yourself, like, what is it that you are also wishing to create in this space, and why? And anything that is, not pure in intention, and this is maybe you with you, you're realizing, I have to have my intention really clear in this connection. Like, I can't run in and, like, think, I'm rude, but I'm just Romeo. Like, I am either going to present myself as someone who's ready to have this experience, or I'm not. And for a number of you, this is a matter of maturing, getting to the point where you can really see what it is that you want and clearly express yourself in relation to that desire. So for a number of you, and this is not maybe your energy, it could be the energy of another, that's maybe what you're realizing, or someone is thinking, and this is not me though with you, and I have to emphasize that yet again. I'm feeling pressure on the heart chakra, love and light to everybody here. This is like something that you are maybe creating with yourself. I'm hearing that as well. So let's clear it. Maybe someone's like, well, I feel like I'm hearing, this weird tension. I'm hearing that with the horse coming through, trust your feelings. And we're not talking, and I'm hearing that with the rabbit in reverse. For a number of you, this is like, I'm seeing even somebody wants someone to, like, fix their connection with someone. That's impossible, right? So, nobody can, like, fix anything, right? It's a perspective. This experience of life is perspective. So if you're perceiving something to be out of order at a certain point in time, that's up to you to re-perceive that space. It's an illusion to think that something has been created, I'm hearing destroyed, and then recreated yet again. I'm hearing that as well. I don't know what that's alluding to. Very interesting. Butterfly, get ready for big changes. It could be something that, on a psychic level, you feel like, there are a number of experiences that are just really, really hard to manage. And it's like, you're trying to have, like, someone validate something here for you. I don't know what that's alluding to. I don't know what, like, someone's thinking, I want them to tell me clearly that they're interested. Like, for a number of you, you're trying to validate a twin flame connection. I'm hearing 12. Let's clear it. It's like, it's like, this is not the point. I mean, maybe that's what someone's telling someone. Okay. Like, elephant upright. Like, at the end of the day, if you see this relationship as love, then why would there be anything else other than just that emotion, purely that emotion that exists? What is the challenge in? Okay. I'm hearing cherishing that connection energy. So if we find that we have tension with a certain, I'm hearing also topic, where we find that we're not able to kind of, like, be ourselves in a certain space and really be able to talk to someone. I'm smelling musty water. I don't know what that's alluding to, but it's like, if we find that we have challenge in that space, let's clear it and ground. Why is it that we would not be able to freely also see that part of our being? The swan in reverse. So if we find that we have challenging experiences with others, why is it that we see it as between and amongst us and those people or that person as someone separate from ourselves? So the question then is always going to become, I'm hearing one of how it is that we see ourselves. I'm hearing that as well. It's not like someone is treating us in a certain way, but rather how it is that we are treating ourselves. Because, that is the premise for any connection that you hold with another. If you feel like, oh my God, they're doing XYZ to me, that's not the case. Okay, if you're allowing for a certain energy to be perceived in a certain way as well, that is not, I'm hearing the other person's problem. Like, the person who sells the paint is not the person who ended up ultimately painting the portrait that was painted by the painter. Okay, and you know, the person who sells the paint, a number of people can buy the same paint. It's all a matter of what they envision, what they create with that. Everybody is love, everybody has potential, but you know, there will be choices that are made when it comes to how it is that we choose to see our potential. And for a number of you, this is maybe something that someone is actively working on with themselves, where they say, I realize that it's, you know, a matter of where I take it. It's a matter of how I see it. And this is challenging. Lion upright possibly for a number of you. Lion asks for what you want upright. Swan in reverse. And for a number of you, this is a matter of saying you with you. I realize that I would like to create this, and that because I feel simply the desire to do it, that is enough. For a number of you, you're working through possibly this program space of, you know, thinking strategically about what you want. And that is no longer, as you might begin to see it, relevant. It's like, I don't have to like make sense of what I feel as well. So there's no proving, the need to prove something to another. Why would we feel that we would need to explain also ourselves, explain what we want to someone? Wow, very interesting. So for a number of you, there is a space of just wanting to just sort of be, wanting to also see kind of, I'm here to become, to evolve. I'm hearing that as well in that space of passion. I'm hearing that, and whew, I'm hearing the question of the future no longer is relevant in that space of just sort of holding the emotion for maybe this person. Also, though, this problem, I'm hearing that interesting, this problem with the lion, ask for what you want. For a number of you, let's clear it down the back, down the left side of the body, let them light to everybody here. And I appreciate all of you on this journey. I'm not trying to say like, you know, oh my God, like it's sad that so-and-so, I don't know what that's alluding to, but let's clear it. It's not that something is unfortunate, okay? It's just a matter of how it is that we see certain things, and some things need to be reoriented or replaced. I'm hearing that as well, like within the context. Okay, so you know, the unicorn here, and for a number of you, this is a matter of how maybe you see yourself. So in other words, for a number of you, you do feel possibly that you want to create something. You realize that I have to feel everything that I feel truly and honestly in that space in order to fully advance in relation to the emotion that I am feeling, in order to accurately create something with it. So with the unicorn here leading out, the lion here upright, ask for what you want. This is a very similar energy as the Libra reading, the Gemini reading as well. It's cleared in the heart chakra, even the Capricorn reading. For a number of you, I'm hearing this is something that you just also felt kind of nervous about. You're like, how do I say it? How do I define it? How do I do, you know, something about this? And it was something almost nebulous, like you couldn't put your finger on it, feeling pressure in the heart chakra. And at a certain point you realize there's no need for that. There's no need. I'm here to go around in circles with this concept. I just have to feel it. I just have to own that feeling and know that I'm also protected in that space. Wow. So what's that about? Okay, unicorn here with the wolf. For a number of you, there's something where you feel maybe a little bit nervous. Nervous with the unicorn and the wolf, like, you know, why would that be? For me, maybe it's an ability that you hold and it's kind of taboo. Maybe you feel like there's again the program space, like, you know, I'm not allowed to want that, or you know, it's bad for me. I'm hearing that as well. It's bad for me. Okay, so I don't know, take it as you will. I'm hearing children. I'm hearing huggies, children. For a number of you, there's something that you got a fear of. Somebody may have a fear of you know, the so-called feeling, and not because of the feeling, but because of the creative process that leads from the point of being one with the emotion that's felt. For a number of you, there is the question of potential, and it's funny because it's sort of ironic. The potential that is everything, and then it's like the potential that is also almost seen as a problem, where it's like, you know, I want this, but then I'm scared of it. I'm hearing that very, very strongly. Dolphin in reverse, let's clear it, cooperate those. So for a number, this is a matter of retreating. Someone maybe was retreating from a certain very strong, I'm hearing very strong, involved social space, in strongly involved social space, I'll say it in that way. Dolphin in reverse, cooperate with others, because it was like sort of too much. I'm hearing that as well with the dolphin in reverse, and it's like at a certain point though, it's kind of, I'm hearing it becomes obvious. 1, 2, it becomes ironic. 3, it becomes kind of like maybe misunderstood. It's like, let's clear it. Somebody's like, why am I running away? I'm hearing that, the wolf. So for a number of you, maybe someone makes this obvious. They're like, do you realize that you are retreating from a space that you are attracted to actually? And maybe someone's working with a therapist on this, and you know, I don't know what this is alluding to for everyone, but you know, everyone. Let's clear it. I don't know, take it as you will, but you know, it really comes down to what it is that you are representing to yourself with yourself. So if you have a certain thought, why is it that you would even have that thought? that's on you. It's not on that other person. I don't know what that's alluding to, but it's like, if you're thinking, oh, they're not into me, it's like, you know, that is something that you are presenting to yourself, right? So it's like, why are you presenting that to you? It's not like, you know, why are they talking to me like that? I'm hearing that as well. It's like, what is it that you have opened up as a conversation that would allow for that conversation with that person to move in that direction? And let's clear it. Well, that's not for everyone, but, you know, what is it that also I left open? It's like, interesting. So let's clear it around. For number review, it's something, yeah, well, it's like, why would I even bring myself to think like that? I'm hearing that again. I don't know what exactly that might be alluding to, but it has to do with certain thoughts, like when you are about to like also communicate with someone, and maybe, you know, you don't normally feel this way. This came through in the Capricorn reading. Like, I don't normally feel nervous like talking to people. I'm hearing that as well. But like with this one person, I feel like, I'm hearing also with this one topic, I feel like I need to like scream. I'm hearing in this way, and like, and then it's like, I don't know like what to do about that. So now I'm seeing someone here is seeing this behavior from another vantage point though, and they're kind of making it, well, I don't know if they're seeing it. It could be on the aspect of your being, or it could even be a spirit guide. It could be that you're also meditating on your energy and you're realizing your actions and behaviors from another perspective. But yeah, you're like looking in on yourself. But anyway, so for a number of you, and love and light again to everybody here, but you know, maybe for a number of you, you're even having some kind of hypnosis therapy session, past life regression. For a number of you, I'm seeing mushrooms here. I don't know what that's alluding to, but anyways, for a number of you, it's like someone possibly is pointing something out, like you know, why aren't you pursuing this? But let's say someone goes to a medium, right? Or even like a therapist. It's like, why can't I get this relationship off the ground? I'm hearing that as well. Like, what is it the right time? But they're asking questions that are not really directly related to the source of the problem, so-called, or even the person, really. And it's like, you know, well, what did you suggest that would have suggested to them that you are ready for this experience, that you want it, and be it them as the universe. It's like, you know, have you communicated to the universe that this is something that you're truly open to? If you say, well, I'm ready for this type of experience, but I'm taking actions on, I'm holding thoughts, I'm holding space in my aura even to invite certain sorts of interactions that don't actually communicate to me or my loved ones. I'm hearing that as well, what it is that I really would like. I'm hearing to manifest, then, you know, there's not really a lane that I'm moving in that moves into the direction. Wow, very interesting. Into the direction that I create as one of value for me. Wow, the crow and the wolf. Yeah, so for a number of you, it's like you're sort of recognizing what's real and what's not. I'm hearing that as well. What's relevant, I'm hearing as well, and what's not. For a number of you, you're clarifying your values, your priorities. I'm hearing, and also the aspects of your persona that are precious. I'm hearing it in that way with the fox. And do seek your favors for others. For a number of you, this comes down to compassion. It comes down to generosity. It comes down to, what do I do for myself? What do I do for others that is not, you know, with a hope of, I hope they do this back, or I hope that they, you know, have done the same. It's like, you know, why would we fear having a loving connection with someone in any capacity? Why would we say, well, I really want to tell them I'm into them, but then I don't, because it's like, what if they don't like me back the same way? It's like, you know, where is that dissonance? I'm hearing of emotion, really, where I say, I feel that, but I don't know if they feel that. Let's clear it. You know, why would we connect? I'm hearing to something. If we would create it without, I'm hearing, identifying our connection to it fully. Wow, I'm not sure what that's linked to, but yeah, it's like, so there's something, well, for a number of you, for a number of you want to clear something in order to be able to connect with something more deeply. For a number of you, it is something, I wonder if you're getting like some kind of advice. 1 second, let's clear it. Someone also wants an answer, like they want to know, like, are we gonna be together? But it's like, it's kind of interesting. How can I describe this? It's like someone is going to, like, let's say, a therapist. I'm here as well, a psychologist, and that could be a metaphor. What is a psychologist? What is a therapist? You could be the therapist or a psychologist yourself, but I'm not advising anything. I cannot speak. This is a reading for entertainment purposes only. And so, you know, and they're kind of getting advice. They're like, let's clear it around. They're like, yeah, so, let's again clear it around. They're like, yeah, so, I just want to know, like, this person's like, okay, what's up? They're like, I want to know, is the plane gonna land? Okay, dolphin and cord with others coming through right there. This person's like, oh, I'm feeling heat, activation of the crown chakra. This person's like, are you talking about, I'm hearing sliding into the DM. I'm hearing that very strongly. I don't know what that's leading to. Okay. This person's like, I just need to know, like, you know, is the plane gonna land? This person's like, it's kind of funny that you asked that, because shouldn't you be asking about the plane taking off? Okay, like, and the process that leads to the landing to figure out if the plane is gonna land. It's like, you can answer that question for yourself. You'll know if the plane is gonna land if you follow the process that leads to that point. You see what I'm saying? I know some of you you get that right there. Real, yeah, there's a nugget in there. For a number of you, I've seen that. Maybe for a number of you feel that way. Maybe you feel like there's something of an epiphany moment. You're like, and this is you with you. Remember, I'm just channeling what's coming through. This is your own energy, right, as well. In some way, it could be your own energy. Turtle here, take your time. Maybe someone is kind of realizing, look, you know, they're like, see it from that perspective, see it from these different perspectives. I'm hearing angels. This person's like, I'm scared. Like, what if I do this and then she doesn't accept? I'm hearing that as well. What if she doesn't accept me after that? What if she says, hey, like, I think that, you know, you're also, like, not free. What? So someone feels nervous that something that they would express would not be approved. I'm hearing that as well, and it can be from their family. But not only, let's get a few cards on that. Yeah, not only though, it's more like they're just nervous. It's like a performance anxiety, okay? It's a perception thing. 3 of Wands. You know, for a number of you, it is possibly as well 2 of Pentacles in reverse. I was going to say High Priestess, the Hangman right there, the Son of Cups, the Hierophant, Aquarius, that's the Father ones right there, yep, Ace of Pentacles in reverse, Hierophant in reverse, Son of Cups up right, Hangman, and the Father ones in reverse. Somebody does feel just such an immense level of love for some space. And it could be a project that they want to get off the ground, it could be them with themselves, but but there's just so much, like, I'm hearing also sensitivity, empathy. You got the 8 of Cups at the base of all those cards. It sometimes becomes, they feel like they're almost, you know, encircling themselves in that space. For a number of you, and again, this is not me with you. I have to say that, like, again, we're not in a relationship. I'm reading for hundreds of people, thousands of people sometimes. It's not between me and you. I am just the channeler. So you have to connect with yourself. It's not me with you. I'm hearing that again. Like, I have to make that so clear. I don't know why, but we got to make that really, really clear. Like, I'm not here to recognize you for you. I'm hearing that as well. I'm not here to realize your gifts for you. Let's clear it in ground. Like, you know, so we're not here talking to one another. And I don't know, I hate to have to, like, emphasize this in this way because there is such a beautiful connection, right? That can be reflective, but it's not in the way of saying, like, you know, you're my story. I'm hearing that as well. Maybe that's like what someone is telling someone about someone else. Like, hey, you cannot make it all about, like, you know, them as well. Like, at a certain point, and this is maybe a space of confession. In a space of confession, if you find that you're concerned about something, okay, I'm seeing someone's maybe kind of trying to make that clear. It's not really, okay, you with them, it's you with you. So when you tell someone the truth, in other words, let's get real with this Aquarius. If you are going to be honest with someone, right? Why in any case would you feel afraid of that honest interaction? If something ensues by way of your honesty, okay? Let's just say it in this way. Let's say that you feel love for something. Let's say you express that, right? In a loving way. Whatever that is. Like, and this is a general reading, so I don't know who's watching. You have to be, like, balanced, right? And watching this mind, body, soul, you cannot, you know, I don't know, you get, and this is for entertainment purposes again only, and so you have to think, like, you know, okay, but yeah, this is for entertainment purposes only, so take it as you will. But in terms of, like, you gotta look at it from every angle. You cannot watch this reading and be like, oh my god, she said that's called love. I'm not saying what love is. So you have to stand in your vibration and know for yourself what you're doing and if it's positive. Because I am not here to create your reality for you. That's not my role. So you need to hold yourself in your story. And for a number of you, maybe this is you realizing the power that you give in other people in your life as well. And realizing that you have a role that you play. And let's clear the energy and ground. you know, you do have something that you create in your life. And so let's continue. For a number of you, you know, there's something that I'm hearing, ripping off the Band-Aid. You know, there's something that, you know, you do really want. You do really hope to manifest. I'm hearing that as well. But you have to ask yourself, like, if I were to extend a certain vibration and you know, be it one of true selfless love, where I say I want to share that emotion with someone. And that's the group I'm talking to here. I'm not talking to someone who is trying to pretend that this is a space of love. I'm hearing that as well, and I don't know what that is alluding to, but we're not entertaining that. We're talking about one who is truly in the highest form and degree of love in a certain connection with that person, where they say, that's really what I want to experience with that person. I'm not talking twin flames, like, I want to make you my twin flame. That's not relevant. At least to this, you know, we're not here for that in this reading. That's not even what I want to talk about. So for a number of you, what we want to talk about here is you with yourself. And maybe that's like, there are multiple aspects or angles to a connection that you're thinking about right now, where you're thinking, what is it about the connection? How is it that I can ascend in this connection, where I can take this energy space to the next level? For a number of you, there is something that you maybe wish to create with this person. Maybe it's something that you would like to really clarify. I'm hearing that as well. And so whatever this energy is, for a number of you, what I'm getting is that, let's clear it again and ground. What I'm getting is that you have actually already created it. So it's a matter of understanding that it is, let's clear it. It is an honor. Wow. 1 second. So this comes down to self-love, 150%. Somebody is nervous about extending love to another because they're almost worried, like, well, if I were to extend that, it's like, would they see, they're almost embarrassed, like, it's like, would they see me as someone who is like able to love them? Like, what? Like, let's clear it. Like, that's for a number of you. We can say in some way, like, this person comes off as avoidant. Okay, they may be sort of shy at times, like, and so why would that be? Like, why would someone be shy to love someone, to show that expression? I'm not saying it as like, why as like, oh, it's a bad thing, but it's like, why as in, you know, what do you have to lose? You know, when you are in a space purely of sharing the vibration of love. So for a number of you, let's clear it. Yeah, and purely sharing the vibration of love. Why would you feel that you would also be misunderstood in that space? There's no perfect way to share love. There's no algorithm or equation to make sure that love is real as well. You do not prove love. You are love. And you're already love. So it's a matter of how you experience it in every way, with everyone as well. I'll go so far as to say that you can experience love in every single experience that you have here on earth and beyond. It's a matter of how you are bringing, let's clear it. I'm hearing learning. It's something that possibly you feel, you know, is very intense. Like, maybe for you're opening, this is for, let's backtrack, clearing around. You're opening yourself to a certain experience, and this could be something that you experienced in the past, like something that really required vulnerability, and you really possibly, for a number of you, resisted it in some kind of way. You felt like you weren't ready yet, and it's like, that wasn't the point. It wasn't time, because time doesn't exist. So if somebody says to themselves in any way, I don't want to have this experience yet, it's not because of time. It is not because of time, because we are not here because of time. We're not born because of time. We are here by way of our soul's expression. We manifest ourselves in this state by way of how we assert our soul's vibration so strongly and strongly enough with the intention to exist in this dimension. If that is the case and you acknowledge that, you realize you're not here because of time, and you do not persist because of time. You do not continue in space as time in time. So for a number of you, it is the way that, let's clear around, the way that you manifest this dream is by way of understanding why you are here. I'm hearing, and what you are here to create. Wow, I'm hearing that with the turtle, but as a vibration. Okay, it's as a vibration of, I'm hearing your emotional I'm hearing relapse. I'm hearing the turtle reality. I'm hearing, but I'm hearing it's something that you're resisting. It's very interesting. It's like, well, if I wanted it, why would I resist it? Like maybe you're asking yourself, like, why do I feel this tension where I say I want it, but then I don't feel like I'm ready for it yet. And maybe someone is kind of feeling that there are things that are related that they may not be seeing, that are taking place on another plane. Actually, I'm hearing that as well. Yeah, this is for a number of you. Possibly there's some kind of there's some history, definitely. Something karmic here with a monkey in reverse, ladybug in reverse, buffalo price. Like, why do I resist it if I want it? And that could be what someone is. Yeah, let's clear it. It's like, why would there be this feeling that, yeah, horse in reverse, trust your feelings. Like, why would I feel, and maybe this is something different where someone feels like I would never normally, let's clear it. I'm feeling the right hip here activated. Yeah, I'm feeling the right hip. For the coyote leading out, learn from your mistakes. Lion, ask for what you want. There's some kind of trigger, no question. There's something being triggered here from possibly a past life, but well, I'm seeing childhood. For a number of you, there's something that maybe you changed your mind about, some kind of experience. It like made you feel like, oh, I'm not ready for something like that yet. Whatever it is, and I'm saying you realize that that shouldn't be relevant to who I am, because who I am is timeless. So, and by way of manifesting at all in this dimension, I recognize that it is a matter of my soul's conversation with my story. Let's clear it on how, yeah. So it's like, you're the director of your life. Okay. It's ironic. It's like the director who suddenly is like kind of psyched out because the actors are like saying certain things during the movie. I don't know what that's alluding to. It's very interesting though. Take it as you will. Like, I think it's interesting. Okay, it is what you make it, right? Okay, Aquarius. But it's like, it's funny. It's like I'm hearing lucid. I don't know what that's linked to. But anyways, yeah, it's like, so I realize that I don't have to also be at the mercy of certain experiences as I feel it. And I'm not saying that you are at the mercy of anything. This is all perspective. It's all perspective. It's all perception. How do you see your life? And what is your life? So, ask yourself these thought-provoking questions, like when you're triggered, why are we here? What is this? I'm hearing story as well that I'm writing. Okay, it's not about other people, the elephant here coming through. So for a number of you, yeah, like you're realizing that you really are having possibly a tricky time. Maybe at a certain point you said, well, it's them, it's their problem, it's, they're not, da-da-da-da. And it's like, it's really actually more of a conversation of why you also haven't committed to the concepts of it yet. Interesting, let's clear it. So someone has been playing maybe a little game. They're like, play maybe in a simple way, they're playing hard to get. They're like, oh, I'm gonna like run away and like see if they're gonna chase me, like, I'm hearing, and then I fell, and then it all felt tragic. I'm hearing it in this way. I don't know, hopefully not, but it's like, and then I fell in love, I'm hearing as well. And it's like, for a number of you, it is something karmic. Like, you realize, like, oh gosh, I tried to get them to do this, and then I ended up, like, doing that. So, for a number of you, there is something that you possibly realize at a certain point in time. You have an epiphany with, you realize there's so much more to the story. And for a number of you, this is a matter of love. It's a story of love. It's true love. It's a matter of how we extend it to ourselves. And the people who allow us to gain greater insight into that space of how we share and hold that very sacred vibration with ourselves in this dimension are soulmates. They are love as well, right? Even if they have a challenging lesson to teach us. So, it really comes down to, you can watch a movie and you can say, well, it was really, silly, but if there's a lesson in it, even, right? Even if it's a silly, funny movie, you can still derive some sort of understanding on a much deeper level than what is also, performed, I'm hearing, or displayed. Everybody has their interpretation as well of that. So, some people can also look at a painting and find so much rich, I'm hearing, intention, of the painter set in it. They can recognize, so much of also the painter in the painting. And some people can look at it and be like, well, it looks like it's just paint and it's canvas. Let's clear it. For a number of you, it's a matter of maybe with you, and that could be with you, where you say, well, I look at myself as deeply as that. I say that my life is my painting and that I painted it. Wow. That's very, that's intense for a number of you. I'm hearing, for a number of you, you have a realization. You do have an epiphany. You have a spiritual, for a number of you, moment here with yourself where you say, I realize that the reason it hasn't happened yet is because I haven't said I was ready for it yet. Whoa. I said, I'm hearing that I wanted it, but I didn't walk towards it. I'm hearing that with the lion and the ask for what you want. Horse, trust your feelings. And again, this is a general reading. I'm not telling you to do anything here. This is not my role. And you cannot like say, oh my God, she said it was like so-and-so. You said, no, I'm not saying anything. I'm channeling to you your reconnection. I'm hearing with your higher self. Let's clear it. I don't know what else I'm gonna do, and you got to take it as you will. It is what you make it. We have here on the floor a card. Let's take a look at that. Eager. I said eager, eagle, do the right thing, upright. And it's funny because right then, you know, it's, what is the right thing? It's not like, you know, on the card it says what the right thing is, right? It's a matter of how you, I'm hearing, express yourself. And that is something that is not right or wrong. It just is. And the question is, do you do it? Do you express yourself? Are you honest in that space? Are you vulnerable? Do you express yourself the way you feel? And if you don't know how you feel, then that is, you know, maybe more the question of, you know, why don't I know how I feel? Why don't I feel myself? I'm hearing that as well. Like, you know, more deeply, maybe for a number, you realize that there is some kind of, you know, need for reconnecting with the self, possibly on another level that would allow you, as you feel it, to, you know, really recognize what you want and be able to extend that and really express that to others. So for a number of you, this is maybe in your relationships, you're wanting to take a deeper, you know, sort of dive on here a little bit, where you say, well, I feel like I'm not able to connect to people in a deep way. And for a number of you, it might manifest as some sort of behavioral tendency where you realize every time I get close to somebody, then I retreat, I run away. I'm hearing that with the swan upright and the crone reverse. I don't know what that's only for everyone, but you know, it's like I'm seeing someone who kind of, they're never really in or out. They're always sort of skating on the ice around the rink. Like it's sort of like a safety net sort of energy and behavior here with the beaver in reverse as well. They never really possibly feel comfortable. I'm hearing also owning their emotions. Like maybe they say one thing and they express a certain sort of energy, and then they say another thing that would then undo it in a certain way. Like, I love you, and then it's like, I hate you. Like, you know, they would say something that would suggest I love you, and then they would say something that suggests, that's an example, like, that I hate you. And what is that? And hopefully not. But, you know, yeah, it's like that energy doesn't mean anything unless you define it as meaning something as well. 46 right there on the clock. That reduces to 10, reduces to 2. I mean, this is something, no question, for a number of you, like, why is it that I would also treat them in a certain way if I would not, you know, I'm hearing appreciate that same behavior back, play it on to me. For a number of you, that comes down to how it is that you create. I'm hearing a space for creating. I'm hearing love. Really, for a number of you, I'm seeing it comes down to, am I ready to invite love truly into my world? Do I have space in my luggage for that? You know, and really taking a look at, well, if I feel like I'm not really, let's clear it. Yeah, so this is not really like, oh, are they fair to me? It's, am I fair to myself in that space of acknowledging what I need? I'm hearing that as well with the ladybug. When it comes to my life, I'm hearing that, notice little things, the nuances of how I feel that I am either connected or I feel disconnected to my love. For a number of you, it's kind of, I don't want to say it's sad, but like somebody is not able to be with the person they love because they kind of have denied it, you know? They've said, well, they've had reasons to say, whoa, like, you know, I'm supposed to do this, it's like there's so much like energy that conflicts with their I'm hearing their heart space, and let's clear it in the heart chakra. I'm hearing there's information that distinguishes their direction for them. It's pretty unfortunate. I'm hearing, as maybe one may see it, and this might actually be someone who's looking in on this space. It could be a spirit guide. Let's clear it. Well, somebody here, this is something, maybe even yourself. You're maybe somebody's having some sort of moment of clarity, realizing I don't really need to operate on, and let's clear, it could be the past programming where it's like, I don't need to listen to, you know, the tape. I'm hearing that. And it could be something where someone decides, I want to clear the karma. I'm hearing that as well. And nobody can do that for you. You do that with yourself. That's not something that, you know, yeah, it's you with you. You do what you think you can do. Interesting. Ooh, unicorn there. You use your imagination. So, you know, what's the limit for you? What do you set your sights on? That's what it comes down to, the unicorn. I'm hearing and the lizard, actually, both coming through here for you. Dream. So, for a number of you, Yeah, it's like they wanted to win in love. That was kind of like maybe the energy space. Like, how do I win this game? Like, how do I play this chess game in a way where it's like I'll never make a wrong move? And that can be someone who maybe there's like they feel like they have to be perfect at something. It's like they're gonna avoid love until they can do it perfectly sort of energy. It's like that's not really I'm hearing also really the problem. It's not a matter of like being perfect or not. You can be so-called perfect and you will not feel love, right? It's like think about these people who are so successful, famous, rich, and they're obviously not fulfilled, right? Ladybug here coming through with the unicorn. It's obviously not about the equation and getting it right. It's about what you really, really feel. And at the end of the day, like if you've also carried your life out in a certain way where it was going against, you're making decisions that were going against what you really felt, that can really, really translate down the line out as you know, I don't want to say like regret or remorse, but, you know, feeling misrepresented in your own life where then suddenly you realize, wait, this is not even me. This is not even my life. This is not really even what I really want to do. Let's clear it. That's why it's so important to listen to yourself, your higher self, to meditate often, frequently, especially for those you have a lot of air in your chart, because air is a very social energy and it's very much held in the mind, it's a very cerebral energy, it's intellectual, and that's beautiful. It's an ability, right? To be able to synthesize information. However, it is so important to hold that in synchrony with your intuition. Okay? You must find balance in that space. If you feel at times, especially that your mind is racing, it's overpowering your emotion that you feel, right? You see what I'm saying? So it's like, for those of you who feel like you're sort of stagnating, okay, in a space that is maybe kind of hard to stop as well, anything that is cyclical, okay, that goes against the flow, natural flow of maybe your intuition, that might be something that is helpful to stop thinking about it, to step away and just sort of like I'm hearing remember, interesting, to remember, I'm hearing in this way, like, not necessarily to figure out, to represent, okay, and that's so interesting because that might be associated with the element of error. We try to understand with it, why would we try to understand, right, to then make sense of what is to come. But for a number of you, right, it's like when we think about the recollection space of looking back, and it's interesting that we're reading on Mercury retrograde here, speaking of, you know, this energy that, you know, sort of speaking on cycles, it's like, you know, you're moving in a space where you say, I submit, I surrender, I recall what is already. I don't need to understand. I don't need to prove, to point out, to define, okay? To let's clear it, to problemize. I'm hearing that as well, to make a problem out of. For a number of you, you're like, you feel like you're racing, you're making problems out of things that are not, like you're worried. Let's clear it. So for a number of you, if that is the case, I'm hearing remember. Interesting. So you might want to have like a little token or something, even like something physical, like you hold in your pocket, like whenever you realize you're thinking too much, right? It's like, you know, when you're in a dream, you get really caught up in the dream, you just wake up right there, like have a little way of doing that. Let's clear it. I'm imagining like hypnosis, you know, therapy, like those who possibly, if like when they go into a session, it's like, you know, if at any time you want to like so-called wake up, like, you know, there's a little cue or something of that nature. So for a number of you, that might be helpful. And it's not like that you might be like in a session with someone, but, you know, and what does that mean? It could be, you know, you with yourself, where you say, let's clear in the heart chakra, that you are about to, you know, have a certain type of experience and you might be getting nervous through it. And so having just something in your, let's clear in the heart chakra again, in your pocket where you can just sort of like touch it and it reconnects you and it's a reminder to you to reconnect with your intuition, it might be really helpful. Okay, so for a number of you, yeah, it might be really helpful to sort of have, I'm hearing even like, I'm hearing Rumi poetry, something that you remind yourself of. I'm hearing this way, like, clear it around. Even before you read and write something, I'm hearing Cougar here, you can do it. Yeah, like your guides really want you to have the sense of support. You have the support, it's obvious, but they want you to have the sensation of support. Having a way where you're able to connect possibly with your guides, with your higher self, however you distinguish that energy. But, you know, you having a something that even you look at, something that, let's clear it, something maybe even like with sound. There's something here that, this may come down to also control, like you might feel nervous here. Lion asks for what you want. Yeah, so this is a matter, though, of ultimately setting your intention and creating around that space. Thank you for tuning in. We'll jump into the extended via the link in the box below, January 15th to Feb 15th. There also on the join members page, we'll have the extended Mercury retrograde reading for this particular cycle. We have on the website as well another extended, it's a Mercury retrograde extended reading that is reading on the last cycle, but the last cycle is absolutely, I find that these energies are in cycles. The way in which they come through is definitely cyclical. So there could be further clues there as well. But as a last little note, let's clear it. I'm hearing no more candy with the cougar and the lion. I'm not sure what that's alluding to, but there's something that possibly you feel, you know, within a certain space, you feel with possibly yourself, that I'm hearing he's with us. Like there's something that you almost want to understand prior to explaining. Wow, that's very interesting. I'm hearing Capricorn. Maybe for a number of you, this is something that this is gonna be the energy of somebody in your environment. Like they're wanting to understand. Well, they're trying to maybe read you, or somebody's trying to read someone. You have the Hangman and the Fiend. You could be dealing with the Pisces. Somebody got a lot of Neptune in their chart. I'm seeing purple everywhere here. You could have a very strong solar plexus. I'm hearing connection with them. I'm not sure what that's alluding to. That's associated with the archetype of Leo. And you do have the Lion here. Ask for what you want. Let's clear it. It's associated with Leo here. I'm hearing justice. I'm hearing very strongly with the lion and cougar, and the beaver, and this one. This could even be a debate or a negotiation for a number of you. Yeah, it's something like it's something that maybe it's a performance of some kind. I'm feeling a little bit of like a tickly, queasy energy in the root chakra to the sacral. Yeah, but there's something that maybe you would like to even release. I'm hearing, well, something that you would like to. I'm seeing it's a matter of reappearing in a certain space. For a number of you, yeah, we'll get into it in the extended. 1 second. I'm hearing tubes with a coyote, and learn from your mistakes. Wolf, you're safe and protected. Buffalo, be thankful all you have. For a number, this is something very simple, but the interaction in the space, and it could be just a new experience. The interaction in the space is what makes it sort of challenging or tricky. It's like, I feel like I'm hearing I'm being lied to. What's that about with the fox? Like, do sacred favors for others? Like somebody feels like they need to, oh, okay. For a number of you, you know, somebody might feel like they need to test someone before they can trust them and like allow them into that might be the part of this energy. This card just popped out. I wonder if somebody has possibly a lot of Scorpio here. 10 of Wands upright, 9 of Swords reversed, but that's not an excuse to you know, you can channel Scorpio energy in so many ways. You know, you can channel it ultimately as an energy space of power, and what does that mean? It's highest form of vibration. So it's up to you to how you interact with that energy space. Not all Scorpio energy is going to be restrictive, okay, ultimately. You know, when it comes to fear, the energy of fear, paranoia, and the question of trust, like, can be one that is empowering. So you can use that energy in so many ways. Like, it doesn't have to be something challenging. It doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm a Scorpio, so I don't trust people. It doesn't have to be like that. It's a matter of how it is that you translate your faith and your trust that already is. It is not necessarily something that we either extend or do not extend. So for a number of you, maybe you're reconnecting with the concept of your power and how it is that you allow others possibly as well to interact with you in that space. For a number of you, though, this is something that I'm hearing famous with the daughter of Wands upright. They're famous. She's famous. I'm hearing that horse here coming through. Trust your feelings. Yeah, somebody feels kind of vulnerable. I'm hearing doctor. I'm hearing them with the daughter of Wands, and let's clear it around with the horse and daughter of Wands. For a number of you, there's something that just doesn't also make sense as someone maybe sees it. So they feel like they need to, and it could not be necessarily, yeah, 3 swords, 7 of swords, and the 7 of wands. Like, it doesn't necessarily be with another person. It could be with the way that they're translating the energy. So again, always take it to ultimately, at the end of the day, it's a connection with your higher self. The communication with your higher self. One more note, 5 of Pentacles here on the theme, right over the 10 of Swords. Yeah, 2 of Cups in reverse, 5 of Pentacles. It's how you allow love into your experience by